The Egermeier's Bible Storybook. Hagar and Ishmael. After Sodom and the other cities of the plain had been destroyed, Abraham left Hebron. He journeyed south and west into the land of the Philistines. At Gerar, near the Great Sea, he made his home. Here God gave him and Sarah a son. Abraham named the child Isaac, which means laughing. Both Abraham and Sarah had laughed when God told them that they would have a son in their old age. Isaac's parents thought he was a wonderful little boy, and when Isaac grew old enough to toddle about the tent and to say a few words, Abraham gave a great feast for him. Ishmael, the son of Sarah's maid, Hagar, also lived in Abraham's tent. Although Ishmael was much older, he and Isaac sometimes played together. At the feast, Ishmael made fun of Isaac. Perhaps he was jealous of the little boy. When Sarah saw Ishmael do this, she became angry. She told Abraham, "You must send Ishmael and his mother away, for I do not want our little boy to grow up with Ishmael." Now Abraham loved Ishmael too. He didn't know what to do. God told Abraham not to grieve, but to send the boy and his mother away. God promised that Ishmael would begin a nation. The next morning, Abraham told Hagar that she must take Ishmael and go away. He gave her food and water for the journey. Abraham said goodbye and watched them as they started toward Egypt, where Hagar lived as a girl. As Hagar walked through the desert, she remembered the time the angel spoke to her when she had run away from Sarah. And on this second journey, Hagar got lost and wandered off into the wilderness. After a while, there was no more food or water. The hot sun beat down upon the dry, burning sand all day. Hagar and Ishmael grew so thirsty, faint, and weak that they could go no farther. Lovingly, Hagar laid her son beneath the shade of a little bush and went away. "I cannot bear to see him suffer and die," she sobbed. But God had not forgotten about Hagar and her boy, and soon she heard a voice calling from heaven. "Why are you sad, Hagar? Do not be afraid, for God has heard Ishmael's cry. I will save his life and make him a great nation. Go now and lift him up." Then Hagar saw a spring of water bubbling out of the dry ground, and quickly she filled her empty bottle and gave Ishmael a drink. Hagar and Ishmael did not go on to Egypt, but they made their home in the wilderness, far from other people. God cared for them, and Ishmael grew to be a strong man of the outdoors. He became a hunter, skillful with bow and arrow. And his children also grew up in the wilderness and were like their father.